Welcome to a brand new series of the North East Football Show. I'm Steve Wraith.
Whoa, wait a minute. Guest presenter, we said.
Oh,
Where's Anth?
football injury. You know what he's like.
Football or dancing?
Football, that's what he said. But I just thought I'd make a start, and present the show.
Right, I think we need to talk about this first. Roller titles. Clear on that guest presenter, yeah?
Yeah, that's fine with me, Les. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony, he'll get a bit upset. He'll think he's getting pushed out.
I understand. No bother, no problem.
All right. What can you bring to the table, though? Because to be honest, we might be able to shove Anth out.
Well, to be honest, I've got a lot of contacts in the game. I started off doing a football fanzine, as you know, 20 odd years ago. Contributed a lot to the local football scene as well. A football manager in the Alliance. So I've got good contact, and I'm hoping to be able to bring that to the table. Bring some interviews, not just with ex-Newcastle players, but former Sunderland players, Darlington, Hartlepool, and open a few doors in the non-league like I have tonight at Dunston.
Can you interview?
I can, yeah. I can do a few interviews. I've done a few in my time. I've been interviewed, and yeah, I'll give it a go.
This is your club, Dunston. How long have you been involved in Dunston, and in what capacity?
I'm here as commercial manager. I've been here for 3 years now. This is my third season. Sadly came just after they won the Vase at Wembley in 2012. But this club's a great club. It's well run. It's got a great committee. Every ship needs a good captain, and we've got one in Malcolm James, the chairman, who's been here virtually all club's life. And then we've got Billy Irwin, who's taking the lads training tonight, the manager. He's top class. He's been a player for the club, successful captain for the club, and now a successful manager. He was the man who took us to Vase glory. So my job's commercial manager. It's very simple, just to try and bring money in for the club, try and sell the advertising boards, bring in ball sponsors, kit sponsors, match day sponsors. Thoroughly enjoy it and love being at Northern League level. And
obviously quite shy in front of camera, obviously.
very shy, completely shy, yeah.
Right, come on then, while you're on now, let's open it up for Newcastle. How's it going?
Oh, badly. It's going to be hard. We're into the Championship. I think we've had a dose of reality pills in the last week, and the first 2 games haven't quite gone according to plan. I've seen Sunderland start in exactly the same position where they got into this division. They thought they were going to win the league. They've made some great signings, and I think they didn't win in their first 6 games, but then they went on to win the league by a record number of points. So that's what Newcastle really need to look at. But Rafa's made some big changes. He's brought 8 players in. He's got rid of a lot of players. Still needs a 20-goal striker. But, I'm not panicking. I think we'll do okay.
I expect other teams coming to Newcastle to up the game. They're never going to be playing in front of 52,000 on a normal. Do you think that's going to be a problem in Newcastle, that every team's going to up the game?
Some teams will be overawed. But the problem we're going to have is that, the atmosphere at St James's Park can work for the team, but it can also work against it. The atmosphere can certainly dip. There can be murmurings of discontent. That negativity can then seep onto the pitch. And it was interesting, you could hear Rafa almost admit that some of the players will need help. He said some of these players will need help, and he meant with confidence, because that's the hard part. Any player can come from a lower league team, or a team that's not as well supported as Newcastle at home, and suddenly find it very daunting playing in front of 52,000 people who are groaning or shouting and bawling at you or booing you. At the moment it's Championship football, and we've just got to accept that we're the lower neighbours.
That'll do about the Championship.
Yeah.
Obviously we've got a big game this weekend, first local derby in the Premier League, Sunderland Middlesbrough. Obviously with your unbiased cap on, who are you going for?
I watched both games at the weekend. I saw Middlesbrough's game, I saw Sunderland's game. I do feel that Sunderland could probably just pip this. I think it'll be an entertaining game. I think the Premiership is always always brings some classics, and I think it's been a while since the two of you played. So I think it'll be a classic game. But I do think Sunderland will just pip it this time. They've got their tails up when it's a derby.
Just to clarify, Newcastle fan reckon Sunderland's going to win this weekend.
Yeah. You don't find me being too critical of Sunderland, apart from when we play each other. And for 90 minutes, I'm entitled to have my opinion on Sunderland. Then I think.
Right. Well, listen, you can certainly talk. Have you got the interview techniques? Have you got anybody lined up for us to interview?
Yeah, we're going to interview Billy, who's obviously taking training at the moment, and we're going to interview Malcolm. So let's give it a go.
Right, well, let's see what he's got for his first interview. Steve is with manager Billy Irwin.
Billy, how long have you been at Dunston UTS Football Club?
Start of the season, it'll be my 19th season at the club. 10 years as player, I think. 2 or 3 years as assistant manager, and I think this is my 7th year starting now as manager. So 19 years in total. Looking forward to this season coming up. Still hungry for success for the club and that, so nothing's changed on that respect, you know.
You had some success in 2012. You took the club to Wembley, the FA Vars. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that and the experience that you had there.
The experience was unbelievable, not just the final at Wembley. The run that we had was incredible. The group of players we had then was a lot of experienced players who knew the football and how to win games, and they were a different breed, you know. They were brilliant, and they'll go down in the club's history, you know, and rightly so. It was down to the players that were different class that season, you know. It was just one of them years where everything clicked, and it was great for the area, and just unbelievable achievement and great memories.
As a player at Dunston, you obviously played as a defender,
yeah.
and you'll have seen a change in the game at this level in particular.
Yeah.
Would you say the Northern League that you're managing in is different than the Northern League you played in?
Yeah, I would say it. I wouldn't say it completely different. The same basics are there: hard working, graft. Wherever you go, whichever game you're playing, it's exactly the same. If you're not on the ball, you'll get turned over. But I think there's a lot more footballing teams in the league now. It's not just like, I don't know, up against each other and heel to toe and hitting people hard. There's a lot more football played at this level now. Some good teams, good clubs. It's just getting stronger and stronger every year. Dunston
are lucky to have a main sponsor in
yeah.
UTS. Sean Sadler's been a big help to this football club over the last 7 or 8 years. But we're seeing a lot of investment in the Northern League, and we just need to look at South Shields, who are coming into this division, all guns blazing, but off the park financially, being backed by by very rich, influential person. Is that something which you think is going to affect the division for the better or for the worse?
I would say for the better. They're just going to make it stronger, like I've just said before. The team that they'll have will be, like, on paper, will be the best team. It doesn't mean they're going to win games and stuff like that. And 2 games into the season, it's been proven, you know. It's like a really hard league, tough league to play in. But the finances that are in the league at the minute, I'm not jealous of stuff like that. You can only pay players what you get, you know. And I'm happy here. We've got a good bunch of players, and we're looking to do well this season.
A lot of ins and outs this season, and which players should people be looking out for from Dunston, do you think?
We've went down the route of a lot of young lads this season. I think I've got 4 in from Gateshead who got released from the academy and that, and have come in, and they've been a breath of fresh air. Actually, they want to play for the club, and giving them a chance here to get minutes on the pitch. And you never know, there's 4 of them who are 19, 20. You know, after hit the ground run, clubs might come looking at them. You know, so that's the route we're going down this season. Few experienced heads in there to try and bring them along, but all in all, we've got a decent squad.
You've got a little change in the coaching side of things. Steve Bowie's come in. What new ideas has he brought to Dunston?
He's just so enthusiastic in the change room, off the pitch, on the pitch. He's like a little firework, you know, and he can still do a job on the pitch as well. And obviously the lad who was assistant with Tony Harrison was brilliant. If it wasn't by him, I wouldn't be here where I am now. He's just taught us loads, you know. But having Bowser in, the lads love him. He's gained respect straight away because he's done it at a higher level, you know. And we've got Stephen Harrison as well, who's chipping in with odd bits and stuff, who's been great as well, you know.
Andy Clark as well on the goalkeeping side.
Andy Clark, yeah. The goalkeeping coach, he's a proper club lad. He's been here just as long as me, you know. But loves the club, and no, the 3 of them are really good, you know. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to run what we've got here.
Attendances seem to be up as well at Northern League League games here in particular. You know, we're averaging decent crowds and decent gates, but I mean that's got to be good when you see teams like Newcastle and Sunderland struggling as they have in recent years. It seems to be driving people back towards the Northern League.
I think that helps it, but when people come here, I think it's £6 most Northern League clubs you go to, you know, and you see players putting an honest shift in. You can get close to the players. You can actually see tackles. You didn't see that watching Newcastle and Sunderland. Players have been to work all day, and they'll go and have a bite, eat a cup of tea and a cup of coffee, then they're here, giving everything we've got, you know. Supporters appreciate that, you know.
FA Cups here, Saturday, Penrith at home. How do you fancy your chances?
It'll be a tough game. I've watched them last week. Good team, got some new players in, but at home, so we need to take advantage of that. But yeah, looking forward to it. It's a one-off game. Raise the profile of the club, you know, to get through that, and then whoever wins that are at home again. So looking forward to it.
Well, tickets are £6 and £3. You get yourselves along to an FA Cup game this Saturday at Dunston UTS Stadium. We're going to the break now, and in the second half, Les will be catching up with Malcolm James, the chairman, and there'll be the 5-board challenge.